Hi, folks. This is Didier from Pixio. I'm here Monday afternoon in Seattle, where I arrived a few hours ago, and where I will attend with my colleague Nordine the Carding conference tomorrow and Wednesday. Carding is that association. We belong to that association, and with payment processors and credit cards and vendors around payment. So very interesting conference. I will also attend the one in Japan in December, and I will be at that time a speaker. This time I'm just going to listen. Um, Very interesting speakers, of course, and also a good meeting on the side, including one with Microsoft. We'll see what's going out of that, but it's a good opportunity for me to, when being in Seattle, which is the birthplace of so many interesting internet companies or tech-based companies, and that it's a good time to think about what we're doing, where we're going in our specific market, the market of Pixio. As you know, we focus on customer data or personal data and digital identity, and that's a market that's going through a lot of phase and growth, and also facing some challenges. The One of the challenge we're facing in the strategy we put in place, which was a B2B2C strategy, is that we depends a lot on the traction we can find with business. And that traction exists. That's what makes our revenue since last year, actually. But also that traction is focusing on part, if not small part, of what actually we can do with the PikcioChain and what we can do with the technology we developed the 4 years before. So in, it's almost like we have developed, compared to that market, maybe a little bit too much, or we still want to be in phase, as you understand, as a business with the market. So that's interesting to say that whenever we share our vision about digital data or personal data as a digital asset, if for the ones understanding the vision about it and what we put in place in order to establish a real platform or an exchange for these data, are not considering that as a market for them right now. They do face quite a lot of challenge, and we address these challenge among some other competitors. And but it's mainly about onboarding. It's about sharing these data, authenticating these data in various industries, and that's what's very interesting. Of course, it opens a lot of opportunities, but surprisingly and kind of a little bit frustratingly, on just a part of our technologies. That means also that we will spend more time in going B2C as well, because we think that there is more opportunities there, although it's, of course, in terms of risk and marketing dollars, it's much more expensive. So we'll balance our strategy now from B2B to C to also opening B2C, but in a smart way. So we had a lot of talks about that internally, and I talked with a lot of people as well externally, and we'll come back to you with more about that. That's additional strategy, very important. What we also see, as you know, is this sort of blockchain going mainstream. I mean, it's not mainstream, I cannot exaggerate, but it's getting a little bit out of the crypto sphere, at least the cryptocurrency sphere, which is a good thing for the technology itself, or the technologies, because there's a lot around blockchain. There's several blockchain, as you know, including the PikcioChain. So that's good news. It also means that now that more and more companies are looking for adopting blockchain one way or another, big players are coming as well, because they can start to see the what we pioneered a few years ago, and so we're facing other kinds of other kinds of competition now with big names like IBM, Microsoft, Amazon. Almost Apple has a, has a blockchain. So that means for us, which is fine because we never focus too much on the technology. We focus more on the pain points that we can help to address. But it's still a changing world there and landscape for us. The same way we start to see digital identity coming as a buzzword under various point of view. Most of it coming from the security trade, which is interesting as well. Open new competitive landscape for us. So that's pretty stimulating and challenging. So I quite like that, and the team is up to that challenge. But that means also the way we talk about our product or services, the way we shape them or design them based on the same technology, the way we design them can be or will be a little bit different as well. So that's going to be the work for the next few months, and definitely a big challenge for 2019, which is right there pretty soon. The what else do we face also? Sales cycle. We also realize that sales cycle with large companies, which is great because you have big reference, and I'm sure you like big reference as well. But the sales cycle is pretty long, and at one point you wonder if it's not if it's worth, because of course it's worth its market and its revenues, but the if you as a still startup, although we exist since almost 5 years now, we're not kind of trying to solve things that are maybe will never be solved, because these are all the industries you're talking of: bank, insurance, etc., the way they do the business. So we will have more initiative on our own, not just providing tech for the financial world, but being a fintech ourselves, or an insurtech or a regtech, being not just providing services, but also launching our own services. So more about that pretty soon. But overall, a lot of exciting things, not just here in Seattle, but all over. We'll have more detail on the, maybe I'll go more on back on the pipeline next weekly update, and which should be, it's not going to be Sunday because I'll go and visit my son in DC, but the probably the Monday after. All right. So in the meantime, hope everybody's doing well. Have a great week.